Am I wrong for wanting to divorce my wife after falling in love with someone else? This is going to depend. How did we end up here? Let's jump into the facts. Okay, I know the title sounds bad as it is, but you're going to need some background before you judge me. So me, 43 male, and my wife, 37 female, Natalie, have been married for a few years now. She is not my first wife. I broke up with my ex-wife when she cheated on me in 2013. And now you're leaving your wife for someone else you fell in love with? How did we get here? How did we get here? Let's keep going. I met Natalie in 2017 and we got married in 2022. Soon after we got married, my wife moved up in her career, and that meant she has to travel abroad every once in a while for a few months at a time. Sometime after this, she suggested that we try an open marriage. Okay, that's how we ended up here. I was not thrilled about this suggestion, given how my last relationship with my ex-wife ended. That is completely understandable. But we talked about it civilly many times over a long period of time, and eventually we decided we should try it. Okay, so did you have ground rules? We agreed on some rules. He gives us a list, but not an exhaustive list. We do not bring our other partners into our bed. No dating, no emotional connection, just physical. Protection and regular STD tests are mandatory. We do not talk about our other partners in our home. Those seem like reasonable rules. I still want to do the open relationship because it always backfires, and clearly in this story it's about to backfire, at least to the wife. But usually the person that initiates it is the one that it always backfires against, so it kind of tracks here. At first, I didn't feel like I wanted or needed to use this open part of our marriage, but I had my first partner after about 6 months. That was quick. He made it seem like he went years without using the open marriage. 6 months is not that long to kind of get acquainted with it and actually start using it. And also to find somebody. I had some semi-regular partners and some one-night stands. None lasted for more than maybe 9 months, and I honored every single rule we have. After a while, I started noticing that mine and Natalie's relationship had changed. That always happens. I love my wife deeply, but something felt different. I can't quite pinpoint what it is. Maybe the fact that you guys are sleeping with other people. That might be the issue. Then in the autumn of 2024, I met a woman on a work-related trip abroad. Let's call her Alyssa. She was from my country, beautiful, exceptionally smart, and a little bit sassy. I didn't think she'd be interested in me since I was and am significantly older than her. She's currently 29 and he was 43. But a few weeks after the trip, she messaged me and we started talking. Our conversations were very casual, everyday conversations. There was no flirting, no innuendos, or hints of wanting to hop in bed from her side nor mine. She was a friend. After a few months of talking, Alyssa confessed to me that she messaged me originally because she wanted to sleep with me. She had trashed the idea after she realized I am married. I mentioned it in a conversation very early on. I then told her that I'm in an open marriage, and soon after we became sexual partners. After about maybe 6 months, I realized that I had developed some kind of feelings or an attachment to her. And I know I should have ended it right then and there, but I didn't, and I didn't tell her either. We just continued as we had. After that, everything went on as it had, though I noticed I missed her more and more by the day. I stopped having other partners beside Alyssa. I noticed myself fantasizing about going on dates and trips with her. This is where it's going downhill. This is why you don't open your marriage. You're going on with this Alyssa girl. You're going to leave your wife. Oh, the title of the story. And then a few weeks ago, she became distant. She didn't text as much. She didn't ask to see me. There was no good morning or good night messages. She just was distant. And I was confused, concerned, and hurt. So I asked her if something was wrong. She told me we had to end our thing because she had developed feelings for me and couldn't honor our agreement anymore. Because he is in an open relationship. No, he's in an open marriage. So he can't technically be in a relationship with Alyssa because that would be polygamy, and that is not legal in America, at least. I don't know where they are. Maybe it's legal where they are, but it's not legal in a lot of places. So probably not. I was shocked, mainly because I realized I had fallen in love with her. Suddenly, I realized how much it scared me to lose her and how much it hurt hearing her say that we have to be over. She told me she never wanted to come in between me and my wife and that she is so sorry that she overstepped our boundary. But guess what, girl? He is doing it too. Y'all are in the same boat. We had a deep conversation and I had some time to myself to think. Was it just because she was young and beautiful? But my wife is absolutely gorgeous as well. Was it just because she was something new and exciting? But it had been almost 2 years.
Jeez Louise, you were having a situationship for 2 years while married? Jeez, when was this written? Oh my gosh.
This was written 3 days ago, and they got married in 2022. So it has at least been 4 years in this situation, and 2 of the years he has been with the same girl, Alyssa. How long have they had a freaking open marriage? Jeez Louise. And I realized that I should have ended things with Alyssa or in my marriage when I realized I was developing feelings for her. I know I let it go on wrong and way too long. I decided I needed to divorce Natalie. You took that step quickly. You've been with this girl since 2017. And it's 2026, so 9 years with Natalie, and you're deciding that you're going to leave her over the 2 years with Alyssa. That's a bold statement. That's a bold move to make. It wasn't fair for my wife like this, even if I stopped seeing Alyssa now, and it wouldn't be fair to me. If we wouldn't divorce now, how would she be able to trust me anymore? And I would not be able to continue our open marriage, but what would she think of that? At least he's being really honest that he is the one making the big mistake here and he's breaking rules by falling in love with someone else. So we sat down with Natalie and I told her what had happened. I apologized that I had gone too far and that it had come to this. She was furious and I understand that. But she did not agree to divorce. She told me that I am wrong for divorcing her and that I should stay married to her and that we should just close the marriage on my side. Oh my gosh, that is not gonna work because she still wants it open on her side. What is she talking about? But I don't think that's right either. I agree, OP. Just let it go at this point. Natalie's friend called me yesterday and basically called me an a-hole for wanting a divorce. That is kind of messed up, but you are in a pickle here, sir. You're in a pickle. She told me that I should fight for my marriage and hope for forgiveness from Natalie. I understand that I am the a-hole for continuing my relationship with Alyssa after developing feelings, but am I the a-hole for wanting to divorce my wife? Oh, I have opinions on this, but make sure you guys are commenting below and letting me know your thoughts. There are some edits and some updates, so let's get into that before we get into my opinion. Edit, I want to point out that I know fully that I'm the a-hole for what happened between me and Alyssa that I take responsibility for, but I want your opinion on if I'm the a-hole for wanting a divorce. Update. Okay, so me and Alyssa had a brief conversation and we are ending things with her for now. Me and Natalie also sat down again to have a talk. It did not go well. Basically, she is mad at me for ruining our marriage, but not for the reasons I thought. She told me she doesn't care if I develop feelings. She doesn't care that I basically had a relationship with Alyssa. She's mad because I brought it up. Keep the conversation about your other extracurricular activities to yourself. That was part of the rules. That was part of the rules. Natalie is a trip, okay? She says that everything could have been fine and continued like it had if I had just not brought it up at all. But because I did bring it up, now she was forced to do something about it. So closing our marriage from my side only. I still don't agree with that, Natalie. You tripping. She is tripping on that one. I asked if she really wanted to stay married or go to counseling and try to make things work again. Why was not closing our marriage completely an option? She kind of lashed out at me and yelled that she is not going to give up her relationships for my mistake. Oh my gosh. So I guess she has someone abroad. I don't know. She wasn't willing to elaborate and I'm not going to speculate. Well, I asked why she wanted to stay married in the first place if she wasn't willing to give up her side pieces. She told me she still loves me and that she wants to be sure that I am still waiting for her every time she comes back abroad. That is a weird reason to stay married. You want somebody at home and you want somebody while you're gone. That's really what it is. Okay, I kind of rhymed there. She said she likes our lifestyle, our house, and what we have together. Ah, that makes sense. But I don't understand it. She's barely ever home anymore. We don't do things that we used to do. When she comes home from a trip, she doesn't come hug me straight away like she used to. She doesn't show me her love anymore. And yes, we talked about these things before. But yeah, that's that. Sorry, I kind of turned it into a ramble here. Okay, so I hope you guys have already commented your thoughts below. Let's jump into my analysis on this situation. I am a strong non-supporter of open relationships because it always always backfires, especially on the person that asked for the open relationship. Now, is having an open relationship illegal in any form or fashion? No, but polygamy, meaning being married to multiple people, is illegal in the United States. So he would never have been able to be married to both Alyssa and Natalie, but there was nothing stopping him from having a wife and a girlfriend on the side. The issue that Natalie seems to have is that the guy brings it up to her and now she feels all awkward and now she has to do something about it. And in order to stop him from falling in love with other people when their role is not to be in love with other people, they have to close his side of the marriage. She seems like she would have been fine with him having this whole relationship, although it was a violation of the rule, having this relationship with Alyssa so long as he didn't bring it up, which makes me believe that Natalie also has a boyfriend wherever the heck she is doing her work abroad. So this is just a mess altogether. But morally, I do not believe that he is wrong for wanting to divorce Natalie, especially after her solution of just closing the open relationship on his side, because she knows that she probably has a relationship just as strong as the one that he had with Alyssa with someone else. And even if she doesn't, you can't just have an open relationship on one side. That person is going to become resentful. And let's not forget that Natalie is the one that even suggested it. The man didn't even want to do it starting off. So it's just not going to work. I feel like OP's only option is to get a divorce from his wife. But overall, everyone sucks here. That was the conclusion on Reddit. That is my conclusion here, because I think they should have never started the open relationship. He should have never fell in love with Alyssa. Apparently, according to Natalie, he should have never brought up that he was in love with Alyssa to her so that they could just continue on blissfully. And I think that the divorce is the only thing that could happen, because otherwise Natalie just wants to keep doing whatever she's doing abroad while OP is sitting at home waiting for her. Like, what does she want him to be? A little sad little puppy dog? Now let's jump into the next divorce story. Am I wrong for divorcing my wife and telling everyone that she cheated on me? Well, that depends on if you're telling the truth or not. Let's jump into the facts. I, 28 male, have been married to my wife, 29 female, for 2 years. We dated for 4 years, and I won't lie, I loved her, I still do, and it still hurts me a bit to let her go, but I have no other choice but to divorce her because she betrayed me. I definitely feel for him, but why is he making it so dramatic? She betrayed him, divorce her, let's move on. I found out that my wife cheated on me. She didn't actually cheat, she was just kissing someone while dancing with him. To be honest, I never suspected her, and there were no red flags either, even when I checked her phone. Wait a minute. You said she cheated on you, but no, she really didn't cheat on you because she was just kissing someone. Is kissing not considered cheating these days? I would consider that cheating. Maybe he means she didn't carry on a long-term affair, but that is still cheating in my opinion, and it's still divorce worthy. Let me know what y'all think. Until one of her friends I barely know shows me a photo. Why would her friend show you a photo? I asked her multiple questions like if she sleeps around or repeatedly kisses someone else, etc. But she said this never happened before and she was very drunk, but she thought I should know. Oh, this friend is messy. You don't even know him, but you're going around showing this picture. Why did you not just convince the wife to talk to her husband? Why are you telling the husband? It seems a little sneaky, like the friend wants her man. I don't know. Let's see. I thanked her and told her to forward that photo to me. I immediately asked my wife if she ever cheated. She refused, so I showed her the photo. My wife started crying, yeah, because you're caught, lady, and said it was a mistake and the only mistake she has made, and she didn't tell me because she thought I would get angry. Well, thinking that he might get angry is not a reason not to tell him. He deserved to know, and now he had to find out from your friend that he barely even knows. So your business is just all in the streets now. I said, of course, wouldn't you get angry? I said I'm divorcing her. She was shocked and said she anticipated that I would get angry, but would I divorce and throw away a relationship of 6 years over a kiss? I said I would and started leaving. She tried to stop me, but I didn't listen. Good for you, King. Know your worth. Get up out of there. She and our families both called me a lot and sent angry texts. I ignored them all and instead got drunk and started going to clubs. Okay, this is not a good way of coping with things, but do what you gotta do in order to move on. Just don't get too dangerous with it. When I had enough of this harassment, I sent a long text to everyone explaining everything and sent the photo. My wife sent me an angry text after. I ignored her calls, and she said that I shouldn't have told everyone about what's happening in our life, and her family members are angry at her. Some even cut her off. So she can go around telling the family what happened and that he's leaving her, but he can't tell the reason why. Oh, that is definitely a double standard. I should have kept it between us, and am I going too far over a kiss when she had drunken so much that she could barely walk? So, am I wrong for telling everyone that she cheated? Well, that's going to depend. Before we get into my thoughts, we're going to read some of the comments on Reddit, and make sure you guys are commenting down below your thoughts if you haven't already. First comment says, not the a-hole. She dragged the family into your marital issues, not you. She effed around and found out and does not like her consequences. That's what I thought. She's the one that even brought the family into it by telling them that they were getting the divorce, and now she doesn't want them to know the actual reason why. Like, was she just trying to paint him as the bad person when she was the one that really messed up? Amazing Wave says, let's stop covering up cheaters and liars. She sent her flying monkeys to harass you. Even if she hadn't, you had the right to socialize this, not the a-hole. Not the flying monkeys over to harass you. Definitely agree. She opened the door and you have to defend yourself. Brief Equipment 8 says, I'm so sick of people using drunk as an excuse for bad behavior. I don't care, you still did it. I could definitely agree with that. But let's get into my thoughts on the situation. In some states, cheating is grounds for divorce, but in California, it's not. So we're just talking about this for the fun of it. In my opinion, I do not think the OP is wrong for divorcing his wife over this kiss. The issue that I'm seeing was way towards the end of the story when he says that his wife was so drunk that she couldn't even walk. That brings into the question of whether he thinks that his wife was assaulted by this other person. And if she was being assaulted, why was her friend sitting there taking pictures? I mean, I guess evidence to report the person, but that's not what happened here. And this was the first time he mentioned that she was so drunk that she couldn't even walk. The wife also just said that it was a drunken mistake and that she just didn't tell him because she thought he would get angry. It doesn't really seem like she was so drunk that she didn't know what she was doing. It seems like she was drunk and she was having fun, but not so drunk that this might be considered an assault. If so, why did they not report it? And why did she not tell her husband about it for comfort? So assuming this is not assault in the situation, kissing is a form of cheating. Even if you did it one time, if you guys talk and say that kissing other people is not allowed in your relationship, then kissing other people is not allowed in your relationship. She clearly knew that you would get angry. She just didn't think it was divorce worthy. So that lets me know that she also would have considered it cheating, but she just didn't want to be the one to get in trouble about it. So the overall verdict is he is not wrong for divorcing his wife in this situation, and he is definitely not wrong for telling the people why, because she sent people after him. He had to defend himself somehow, and he's already struggling. He's going out, he's going clubbing, and it sounds like he's now drinking and potentially spiraling. Yeah, I think he was completely justified in telling the family why they're actually getting a divorce, so they stop treating him like the bad person in the situation, and hopefully everybody can just move on. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys are commenting, and subscribing, and make sure to check out the next video.